Imagination. The world is but a canvas to our imaginations. Henry David Thoreau, 1817 to 1862, transcendentalist author. When you imagine anything positive that you want and love, you are harnessing the force of love. When you imagine something positive, something good, and you feel love for it, that is what you are giving, and that is what you will receive. If you can imagine it and feel it, then you can receive it. But what you're imagining must come from love. Whatever you are imagining must not harm another person. Imagining something that brings harm to another person comes not from love, but from a lack of love. And with certainty, any negativity, even imagined, will turn back with an equal ferocity on the person who sent it. Whatever you give, you receive back. But I want to tell you something fantastic about the first force of love and your imagination. The highest and best thing you think is possible is nothing compared to what the force of love can give you. Love has no limits. If you want to be full of vitality and happiness with an incredible zest for life, the force of love can give you health and happiness at levels far beyond what you have seen. I am telling you this so that you can start to break the boundaries of your imagination and stop putting limits on your life. Push your imagination to the limits and imagine the best and highest that you possibly can, or whatever is it that you want. The difference between who is struggling and someone who has a fabulous life comes down to one thing: love. Those who have a great life imagine what they love and want, and they feel the love of what they are imagining more than other people. People who are struggling are unintentionally using their imagination for what they don't love and don't want, and are feeling the negativity of what they are imagining. It's such a simple thing, but it creates vast differences in people's life, and you can see the difference everywhere you look. The secret of the mastermind is found wholly in the use of imagination. Christian D. Larson, 1874 to 1962, New Thought author. History has proven that those who dare to imagine the impossible are the ones who break all human limitations. In every field of human endeavor, whether science, medicine, sports, the arts, or technology, the names of the people who imagined the impossible are engraved in our history. By breaking the limits of their imagination, they changed the world. All those inventions or discoveries which were made in the recent past, which is there as per our knowledge and understanding on record, all those famous persons, if you read their book, if you read about them, or if you read about their biography or autobiography, you will find that they were very, very modest people, and the premise of love was so strong that it was unbelievable. I mean, I have had the opportunity to meet a few legends personally in life. And, it's like love is oozing out of them. They are so caring, so down to earth, so loving that, people say, "Yeah, he's a business tycoon," but if you meet in person, they're altogether different. Or probably they are from the same premise in their work also, but I did not get a chance to meet them at all, but I got to meet them offline. But you can feel the power of that positivity from them. A lot of good people, influential people, successful people who are working from the premise of love, whenever you get close to them, you feel that connection. You feel that vibe. They have a very strong aura and a strong vibe. A strong aura, strong vibe has to come from a premise of love. And you see it and you can feel it basically when you're close to people. It's said there's a very famous sant called Ramana Maharishi. Now, Ramana Maharishi never said a word. He used to use his words so sparingly that very few people remember. Once he sat down and he narrated everything what he had learned at the age of 18 and how he got enlightened. But people used to just go to his ashram. He used to be at one area sitting and meditating, and people used to just go there, sit for 1 hour, and come out into a different and a transformed person. He never said anything. And he very clearly stated in his epilogue, which he had shared with his sorry, thank you for the press, was, it's silence with which I work. I heal people, or people who come to me for anything they want, they will get their answers in silence. Very interesting. But he never said a word. बहुत rare he used to use his words. And we have a lot of his followers who are now, Papaji, Muji. There's so many of them. They are all the lineage of Ramana Maharishi. And he was one guy who was famous without being famous. Everybody knew about him, but he never did any pompous like Osho did, or Sadhguru does, or anything. He was just too content and just with himself in that zone of oneness. Your entire life is what you have imagined it to be. Everything you have or don't have, every situation and circumstance of your life is what you have imagined it to be. The problem is that many people imagine the worst. They're turning the most wonderful tool against themselves. Instead of imagining the best, many people are in fear and imagine all the things that can go wrong. And as surely as they keep imagining and feeling those things, they happen. Whatever you give, you receive. Feel and imagine the best and the highest you can in every area of your life, because the best you can imagine is a piece of cake for the force of love. It's interesting to see the opposite emotion of love is fear. Now, where does fear come from? The premise of fear comes from unable to confront ourselves. There is actually nothing that can hurt us, but that feeling of confronting our own selves creates such a big picture in terms of the egoic mind, or the mind as such, that that fear is created. बनाया भी माइंड ने है, कन्फ्रंट भी माइंड नहीं कर रहा, डर भी माइंड ही पैदा कर रहा है. So the seed of fear is from the mind. The propaganda of the fear is of the mind. And at the end of the day, that emotion of fear is also of the mind. You talk to a child who is 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, he will not have any fear. You tell him there is ghost, the first time he'll say, hoenge. But yeah, if you tune his mind to think that there is a ghost, he'll get scared. So that is where the fear is induced first in the mind. Your basic instinct response are just to fight or flight, जो आपके प्रिमिटिव माइंड में होते हैं कि या लड़ना है या भागना है. डर कहीं नहीं आता. Whether I can confront or I cannot confront. That's it. There is no fear. Fear is one of the basic things which the mind creates and makes a whole propaganda of it, which is supported by your peers because उनके mind ने भी same चीज mind को create करके दी होती है. And then the whole confrontation and the whole process, the mind creates a picture, that results in an emotion called fear. And the fear is only till the time you don't confront. Once you confront, the fear is gone. So it's very important to have your mind in your control. It said, don't let your mind be your boss. He's your servant, let him be your slave. And that's actually true. Because when it's coming from the premise of negative feelings, they are all created by the mind. They are all created with memory, which is stored in the mind. और उसके सारे प्रोपोगंडा, इंटरप्रिटेशन, peer pressure, feedback from others are all in the mind. The working is in the mind. But जब हम उस चीज को confront करते हैं, how many times have you guys confronted a particular fear and the fear was gone? It was only about confrontation. मेरे को किसी चीज का डर है, अगर मैं उसको confront कर लूंगा, the fear will go. That's as simple as fear can go. But yeah, the confrontation, since it is through your conscious mind, you don't want to do it because the mind is very, very clever in terms of manipulating your feelings. So the premise of fear is a baby of the mind. Advertisement or the sales promotion is done by the mind so that the fear is there. Once you confront it, the fear is gone. And it happens in a lot of cases. Once you confront your fear, it's gone. When my family had settled in the United States, we flew our 15-year-old dog, Cabby, to be with us. One night, not long after Cabby had arrived, he managed to get out of a small gap in the fence. Our home's backs onto mountains, so it was far from an ideal situation. In the dark, we searched the streets and the trails leading up to the mountains, but our dog was nowhere to be found. As my daughter and I were searching, negative feelings of anguish began to increase. I knew we had to stop searching and change the way we were feeling inside immediately. The negative feelings were telling us that we were imagining the worst, and we had to change the way we were feeling quickly and imagine the best. At that point, every possible outcome could still happen, and we had to choose the outcome of having Cabby safe home with us by imagining and feeling that he was home. We returned home and we pretended our dog was with us. We put food in his bowl as though he was there. We imagined hearing the bell around Cabby's neck, and as he walked down our hallway, we talked to him and called out his name as though he was there. My daughter went to bed imagining that her best friend of 15 years was sleeping next to her bed as he always did. Early the next morning, we discovered a notice on a tree at the foot of the mountains saying that someone had found a little dog. It was Cabby. Just as we had imagined, our dog returned home safely to us. No matter what challenging situation you may find yourself in, imagine the best outcome and feel it. When you do, you will change the circumstances and you will change the situation into what you desire. I repeat, no matter what the challenging situation you may find yourself in, imagine the best outcome and feel it. When you do, you will change the circumstances and you will change the situation into what you desire. You know, a lot of time it happens if we are confronted by some negative situation, our mind tends to go negative. There's nothing wrong with the mind. That's the basic premise how it works. But yeah, once you start neglecting the mind, that is where you are using your brain intellect, wherein you tell the mind, no, everything is going to be all right. I know it. I believe in it. And behave and react or respond in that manner. Like in this example, they behaved as if the dog came back, as if everything was normal. Whereas in the start, they realized that we are going negative and we need to change it. It's very normal. It's very human, I would say. Everybody goes through certain things. A lot of times, I've had such examples where, it's now amusing, but yeah, if my kid is running, Manthan, Mishan, Sanvi, or anyone, so there are a lot of people in the house who say, ध्यान से गिर ना जाए. क्यों यार? क्यों गिरेगा वो? हम क्यों सोच रहे गिरेगा? इंस्टेड जो ओ यार, ही इज लुकिंग सो हैप्पी, कितना अच्छा भाग रहा है, वो भी तो सोच सकते हैं ना. Why are we thinking and manifesting negative? चलो थॉट आगे चेंज कर लो. इट्स नॉट दैट कि उसको चोट नहीं लग सकती. ही इज नॉट अ सुपर हीरो. लग सकती है, सो व्हाट? इट्स ओके. इट्स अ पार्ट ऑफ एन एक्सपीरियंस. This is a very small example I am giving, but there's so many things. Just for next one day, I would say I don't give homeworks much, but yeah, just make sure you are consciously aware of what you're saying and just check yourself कि हम कितना नेगेटिव बोल देते हैं विदाउट थिंकिंग, एंड उसमें से 80% सच भी हो जाता है. If it is a situation, it's going to turn out the way it is going to turn out. Why are we giving our negative energies? God knows we have the power to change. Love has the power to change everything. There was a time I had this phobia. It took me a lot of time. I don't know why, but I always felt very scared of stairs and escalators. And I always had this feeling कि बच्चे जब stairs चढ़ते हैं या नीचे आ रहे होते हैं ना, मैं साथ में होना चाहिए. I had this fear. I still have it. I worked about 70%. I worked, 30% is still left. It is still there. But now the conscious thing is there. If I see somebody going, and kids like to play on the stairs. अंदर पहले दुख दुख होती है कि हाँ यार ध्यान से. Then I say, wow, he's walking so nicely, so perfectly. Thought जरूर आता है, आज भी आता है, आज शाम को ही आया है. But then उसको snap भी आता है. फिर मेरा माइंड स्नैप करता है उसको, नहीं यार, ही इज रनिंग, ही इज वॉकिंग सो परफेक्टली, ही इज ग्रोन अप, लाइक दैट. इट्स बट नॉर्मल. Parents have a soft corner for their kids and we are very, very protective. But then if you give that concept your negative feelings, you are kind of manifesting that because you are giving it your feelings. आपको थॉट आया, उसको फीलिंग ना दो, उसको इमीडिएटली स्नैप करो, उसको एक पॉजिटिव आउटकम में लेके जाओ. But that is only going to happen once you are conscious of your words and you are consciously aware of what is happening around you. Negative will come. It's not कि बड़े बड़े संतों को भी नेगेटिव आता है, but they know हमें उसको फीलिंग नहीं देनी है और हमें उसको पॉजिटिव में स्नैप करना. That's the only difference. They are more consciously aware of their thought. That is the only difference. If you are consciously aware of your thoughts and in the initial uh, start of the journey, even if you tip your point to 51%, you're there. See, getting knowledge is what? मैं 5 किताबें पढ़ लूंगा, वो 10 पढ़ लेगा, वो 20 पढ़ लेगा. Knowledge can be acquired. You just need to make an effort. Na? But being consciously aware, that is the practice. That is the key. Once you're consciously aware, you know, भैया ये मेरा positive है, ये मेरा negative है. Negative नहीं जाना मुझे. That's it. But once, if you're not aware, that negative will, be a very lucrative offer to you and you will just slip into the negative. Because the awareness and the conscious awareness was not there. So कभी भी कोई भी सिचुएशन होती है, अगर नेगेटिव थॉट आती है, बी कॉन्शियसली अवेयर कि हाँ पता हो कि ये नेगेटिव है एंड स्नैप इट. इट्स वेरी इजी इफ यू आर कॉन्शियसली अवेयर. जस्ट वर्क 1 minute 2 minute every day on your conscious breathing. You will start getting being into the journey of being consciously aware. And at the end of the day, it is all about the awareness, the consciousness. That in turn leads to the oneness. Whatever you can imagine exists. Creation is only the projection into form of that which already exists. Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th century ancient Hindu text. Whatever desire you can imagine already exists. It doesn't matter what it is. If you can imagine it, it already exists in creation. 5,000 years ago, ancient scriptures recorded that all of creation was done and complete, and that anything that could possibly be created already exists. Now, 5,000 years later, quantum physics has confirmed that every single possibility of anything and everything actually exists now. The creation of the heavens and the earth and everything in them was complete. Genesis verse 2:1. What that means for you and your life is that whatever you can imagine for yourself in your life already exists. It's impossible for you to imagine anything that doesn't exist. Creation is complete. Every single possibility exists. So when you imagine breaking a world record or traveling to the Far East or being full of health or being a parent, those possibilities of you doing those things exist in creation right now. If they didn't exist already, you would not be able to imagine them. To bring the things you desire and love from the invisible into your visible life, all you have to do is give love for what you want through your imagination and feelings. There's a very nice joke I remember when we were growing up. Friends used to say, let's imagine if we have this. So people used to come, I imagine if I have, this red car, or I imagine if I have this toy. That is a limitation of imagination. You can imagine you have the whole world. There is a movie called Jupiter Ascension. Must watch. It's on Netflix. Nice movie. As per that movie, it's a myth. Earth was owned by somebody. So that's the level of imagination people have in Bollywood. That Earth is one planet. Say, Earth is one planet in this whole universe. But nobody knew that there is an owner of Earth. So in that movie, there is an owner of Earth, and she takes a rebirth on planet Earth. So that is the level of imagination. यार हम क्यों सोचते हैं हमारे पास एक प्लेन हो, दो प्लेन? यार पूरी अर्थ चाहिए यार. इमेजिनेशन है. Must watch. Nice movie. Scientific fiction, but yeah, made a lot, very different. Very nice. Imagine your life the way you want it to be. Imagine everything you want. Take your imagination with you every day and imagine what it would be like if your relationships were all wonderful. Imagine how you would feel if your job suddenly took off. Imagine how your life would be if you had the money you need to do what you love. Imagine how you would feel if you were outflowing with health. Imagine how would you feel if you could do what you desired to do. Use all of your senses to imagine what you desire. If you desire to travel to Italy, imagine the smell of olive oil. Taste the pasta. Hear Italian words being spoken to you. Touch the stone of the Colosseum and feel being in Italy. In conversations and in your thoughts, say, imagine if, and then fill in the rest of the sentence with what you want. If you're talking to a friend and they are complaining because their work colleagues got a promotion and they didn't, help them by saying, imagine if the reason you didn't get that promotion is that you are being promoted to an even bigger role with way more money. Because the truth is that the possibility of your friend being promoted to an even bigger role with many more money already exists. And if they can imagine and feel it, they can receive it. Atoms or elementary particles themselves are not real. They form a world of potentialities or possibilities rather than one of the things or facts. Werner Heisenberg, 1901 to 1976, Nobel Prize winning quantum physicist. Use your imagination and create games so that you feel really good. Whatever you can imagine is waiting for you, fully created in the invisible. And the way to make it visible is to harness the force of love by imagining and feeling what you love. Now, imagining it or feeling it is nothing like giving the water to the seed. There, it can be a seed of a flower, or it can be a seed or a weed. It is up to us. We need to decide हमें किसको पानी देना है. हमें रोज फ्लावर या एक सनफ्लावर whatever फ्लावर उसको पानी देना है कि एक जंगली भंग का वो है जो भी मतलब any kind of a weedland product किसको पानी देना है. Both are born in the soil and both are clearly visible. Both are separate seeds. And you are aware this is a seed of a flower and this is a seed of a weed. And remember, you have limited water. Unless or until you get to that abundance source of water, you will need to use your water wisely. But you need to decide कि हमने पानी किसको डालना है. That is being consciously aware. That is making that choice in that framework of mind when you are consciously aware of your decision and the consequences. All that information is already there in the mind. After graduating from college, a young woman struggled for months and months trying to get a job. Her biggest obstacle was imagining having a job when she didn't have one. She wrote in her journal every day that she was grateful for the job that was coming to her, but still no job. Then she had a sudden realization. Her desperate actions for applying for one job after another were saying loud and clear to the law of attraction that she didn't have a job. So, here is what the young woman did that changed everything. She decided to use her imagination and live as though she was already employed. She set her alarm early as if she were going to work. Instead of writing in her journal that she was grateful for the job that was coming, she wrote how grateful she was for her success in her job and for the people she worked with. She planned the clothes she would wear to work each day. She set up a saving accounts for her paychecks. Within 2 weeks, she felt as though she really had a job. And then, out of the blue, a friend told her about a position that had become available. She went for an interview, got the job, and received everything she had written about in her journal. We'll stop the reading here today. But it's our imagination. हम जो बोल रहे हैं, the spells that are being casted by our words, the thoughts, the feelings which we are giving, they are all ours. हम किसी से उधारे नहीं मांग रहे, किसी से किराए पे नहीं लेके आ रहे. They are genuinely ours. So it is up to us to decide and make that choice based on our awareness, our consciousness. What is it that we want to make? हमें किस सीड को पानी देना है, वो चॉइस हमें लेनी है. And we are definitely aware because all present here have a reasonable set of a figurative mind where we evaluate the options. इसका ये करेंगे तो ये ऐसे होगा. So the mind is at play. But yeah, making that choice, yes, that is where your conscious awareness has to be at play when you have to make that choice. Any doubts, any questions, any gray areas?
My thought process is that, whenever you approach a particular situation, right, you tend to, like you said, you try and not imagine the worst, but then you try and go through that situation in the best way by trying to prepare for the worst and pray for the best, right? That's the way so that you don't get disappointed later. That's also something that you're playing tricks with your own mind, so that even if you don't get it, it's all right. You know, that's what you're doing. But I guess that is what is attracting, uh, the negative. So I think that is a shift that one uh, needs to make. I'm talking about personally myself. I don't know how others have already done it, but you're absolutely right. It does come naturally to like you said, if kids are running and then you're like, "Arey, girna jai," it's a very very natural thing, and I see every second parent do it. I do it too, and I think that needs maybe a conscious effort to let it go, you know. So yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. But also that the second flip to that is that if you see, there are certain things that are not in your control, right? And they will happen. And if by after trying a lot of these positives, you still don't get the result, right? There'll be a time when faith breaks also. Where there are unforeseen things that happen, and they're not in your control. Even though you imagine, you didn't imagine, you didn't want that to happen. You didn't imagine for that to happen, but they happen, right? How does one deal with maybe failure that happens in that sense, even though you have not imagined it or created it in your mind? Because like we were discussing in the last class, there are certain things you can control and certain that you cannot. When we were talking about destiny, so I'm confused on that part to a certain extent on how to handle that.
Is there any barometer to the number of tries or number of chances?
Yeah, I think it's very personal. You may it depends on what your threshold is, right? It's very person specific. I understand what you're saying. That why do you have to give up? You keep trying. You keep trying.
Because
Right?
we just read, na, she was not getting a job. She said, यार मैं कुछ गलत कर रही हूँ. I need to change my thought. I should act as if I already have a job and behave that way. She could have also said, yaar, it's been 2 months or 3 months, whatever the exact tenure was. It's not working. Leave it. No, that's the faith, man. It's basically from the urgency of the desire. मुझे ये कितना चाहिए? How bad? See, if it is something that if the same thing does not happen, it becomes, for example, just a hypothetical situation, it becomes a matter of life and death. If it goes up, the stakes goes up very high. You will not leave any stone unturned. Okay. But as they say, जब हमारे साथ अच्छा होता है, then that why me does not come. But जब हमारे साथ बुरा होता है, then the why me comes. So why me has to come in both situations. That is where that is going to give you the persistence and the patience to go ahead. Because see, I'll tell you, why do we break down in terms of patience? We run out of patience basically, and the basic core of why we run out of patience, we start disbelieving ourselves, and that boils down to the basic issue of your intention. Now, intention is nothing but a mixture of desire, belief, and the feeling of acceptance. If you have all these three, your intention would always be right. Even if things don't turn out to be the way you wanted it to be, you will still accept it and move on. So desire, belief, and that feeling of acceptance. जब ये तीनों चीजें आएंगी, then the intention becomes right. फिर अगर वो चीज नहीं भी होगी ना, you will be okay with it and you look for alternatives. Somehow you will manage only. क्योंकि होता क्या है, हमारी डिजायर में हमारा पहले बिलीफ होता है. जब ज्यादा ट्राई कर लेते हैं, वी गेट फ्रस्ट्रेटेड and we create those fears also, could be, and we change our belief about our own self. So जब तक डिजायर, बिलीफ और एक्सेप्टेंस तीनों नहीं आएंगे, इंटेंशन सही नहीं आएगी. तीनों को साथ चलाना पड़ेगा. I hope it makes some sense.
Yeah. Just absorbing it and I'll come back.
Anybody else? Any question, doubts, gray areas? Om, did you try that meditation? मैंने कल भेजी तेरे को.
I thankfully I didn't need to yesterday because I had done that extra 5 kilometers of walk and I crashed.
तो
So
बॉडी
I'll
एग्जॉस्ट करेगा तो वैसी हो जाएगी.
wait. So that's what I thought I was missing out on doing. Okay, yeah. But I know. I mean, when I need it, I'll use it. Clearly. Thank you.
Once you use it, let me know. Then I'll explain the logic. I don't want to explain the logic before the meditation. Whenever you do it, then let me know. I'll explain the logic.
I'll tell you the next one.
Perfect. Anybody else? Anything? Or are we good to go? Chalo, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for taking out your valuable time and being here.
Thank you, Arjun.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, शुक्रिया.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Arjun.
everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you, thank you.